My name is Ethel White. I'm here at the State Fair 2012, and I'm going to show you the quilt that I made that took second place. I want to tell you also that those little squares, they're 3/4 of an inch, and it took 22,000 of those little squares to put that quilt together.
Each little square is individually sewn?
Individually, yeah, individually sewn.
You can cut little pieces of material and sew it in there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Very well done.
A lot of work. This quilt that I made, Warm Thought, is a poem that I had taken from a cross-stitch pattern. When I completed the quilt consists of 22,000 3/4 inch squares that I had put in the quilt, and it took about 17 yards of fabric to make it. It took me about 3.5 months to make this quilt. 22,000. Of an inch. That's how I said 22,000 of those 3/4 of an inch squares. Warm Thought. Love is a quilt is love. Both love and a quilt should be soft enough to comfort you, bright enough to cheer you, generous enough to enfold you, light enough to let you move freely, strong enough to withstand adversity, durable enough to last a lifetime, and given gladly from the heart.
So what does it mean to you getting second place at the State Fair for 2012?
It means a lot. To enter this quilt into the State Fair was an honor. I was very shocked that the quilt actually came into second place. I had this quilt on display at McGovern Senior Citizen building there for about a month, and a lot of them said, you should enter it into the fair. Well, I didn't think actually the quilt was good enough, but I made this quilt for my mother before she passed, and I was sort of in a hurry, trying to hurry up and get it ready for her. After she had passed, and I went home and I bought the quilt back, and I decided, I always said I wanted to enter a quilt into the State Fair. But the State Fair, everybody was always in. It's so hard to get a quilt into the State Fair that the judges are really strict, you know, here. And so when I saw the different categories that you could enter the quilt into, machine piece, machine quilted, I decided to try it, to give it a try. You know, I mean, it was no big thing if I won or if I lost at the time that I thought. And I really was expecting for this quilt not to even place at all. But it was such an honor. I was so shocked when we came out here and they told us that the quilt had placed second. And I know that my mother would be really, really happy to have known that this quilt placed second place at the State Fair.